Okay, we're gonna start the videotaping of Mom of her memories when she was childhood. Just so happens that this taping we have Bill. Bill, say hi.
Hello.
He's,
From New York.
Coming from New York. He drove Mom down, so she just got back down to Florida. Okay, so let's start with let's just start like we did before, like with your earliest memory.
Oh,
When you were young and you started going over to, were you there?
we lived on Ridgeway Street with no electricity till I went to school in 6th grade, or 6 years old, I mean. And then we moved to Lane Avenue, or Harley Avenue. And we lived there until I was 12. And then we moved to Cherry Street. Papa they bought their first house. And that was like $1,800, I remember Papa telling me.
That was 812 Cherry Street? That was the one that
812
did
Cherry.
when I was young?
Yeah. And then I went to Gloucester Catholic High School for 4 years. Wore the same uniform for 4 years, but had it cleaned every week.
This is the one. All right, so when you moved into the house on Cherry Street, how old were you?
12.
12. But before that, you lived with Mom and Papa Radlinger?
Well, I with them a lot. Yeah, I did live with them, but I didn't live every day there, you know.
Okay.
But I lived with them a lot.
So
because I was the first granddaughter, and I was spoiled.
So that was your mom and dad, Edna and Bill.
Yeah, Edna and Bill's my mom and dad.
So Mom Radlinger for you would have been
Eva and Carl Radlinger.
Eva and Carl.
That was my father's stepmother and father, Carl Radlinger. They were from Germany, and they spoke German.
So Eva was Papa's stepmom.
Yeah.
And Barbara was his biological mother.
Yeah, she died when my dad was 5 years old. He never knew. Don't remember her. And what else?
So you started going over there when you were really young. So
yeah.
Over to Barbara and what was his name?
Carl.
Carl.
With a K.
Okay.
Was German.
He was. Oh yeah, that's where we were. We were talking about that before.
Yeah.
He came to the U.S. right? Carl came to the U.S.
Yeah, he was. He was in the service, and he left the service to get to Germany. I mean, to get to America, and he didn't come in Ellis Island. He had sponsors, and they landed in New York somewhere, but not Ellis Island.
Not Ellis Island.
And
he was in the Army, you thought?
Yeah, he was in the Army, and he went AOL. And I guess a lot of them did at that time. He didn't like fighting in the war.
Fighting in the war. Approximately what?
I'd say that was in 1880, 98, 88, something like that.
Late 1880s.
Yeah. When that happened.
When he came over.
Yeah, because I mean I was born 1927.
Right.
And you know, I don't know when they came.
What year was Papa born? Bill?
My dad?
Mm-hmm.
1905.
1905.
And my mom was born 1910.
Oh, okay. They were 5 years.
Edna Kelly was her
right.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived born in Philadelphia, but they moved to Gloucester.
To Gloucester.
In Hickman Avenue out in Gloucester. Hickman Avenue. You know where that is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. yeah.
So,
And Mom, so Papa came from all German. His parents were both German. And Mom's...
My grandpa.
Your grandpa. They both came from Germany.
Yeah.
And not Barbara.
Eva.
Eva.
Barbara died, and Eva came over, and
he sent for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she took care of him.
Right.
Until she died.
So,
she was 56 years old when she died.
Really?
She had a hernia, and she went in to have an operation, and her heart gave out.
Oh.
And I was 12 then. Because then after that, I went and lived with my mom and dad, and that was the end of it.
That's when they bought the house on Cherry Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So up until then, when you lived back and forth with them, you were telling me about the Barbara had the stove and always had.
Oh, and when we lived on, well, I was born at 217 Powell Street, which is in Gloucester, down near the Gloucester Park, and we had a coal stove in the kitchen, and Iceman would come and for the ice box, put ice in it. But in the winter time, my mom had a thing out the window where she could keep milk and stuff and keep it cold because it was so cold outside. And that didn't cost anything. And while I lived there, I don't remember any refrigerator until I got to maybe around 10. And the only thing I remember seeing in the refrigerator was Hassenpfeffer, which was a rabbit skinned and pickled, and that turned me off so bad. Oh, gee. But they ate everything.
So you don't eat rabbit? You don't eat the rabbit,
No,
huh?
I don't eat rabbit. No. And then once a year he would kill a pig and make sausage and ham and bacon. And
All there in that kitchen?
right in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he had a shed. And
Okay.
some of the stuff he would string everything up out in the shed.
So
He had a smokehouse in the kitchen yard, and somebody knocked on the door and said, "Your bathroom's on fire," and it wasn't a bathroom; it was a smokehouse where he was smoking the hams.
the hams,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember that. Yeah. So,
And then she had on the stove. You're saying she always had the dough
she always made donuts.
donuts.
Of course, she was 300 pounds too. She was 5 by 5. She was. That was a strong name. 5 by 5. Yeah. So, but she was a great lady. I really loved her.
See. And then what would they do? I saw the picture back there with Carl, and he's playing the
The accordion.
accordion.
Oh yeah, he loved to sing, and like Papa played
Played the
music
organ.
too.
Mhm.
But he would play the accordion and sing German songs.
Oh yeah.
And we had a Victrola in the living room where you newound everything up, and we had big German records.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember loving that. I thought that was neat. And we had a piano where you could put rolls in it. They were called rolls. They were music rolls, and you pump the things on the floor, and it would play music.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And that was in the living room.
That was in the living room too.
So that's what you did for entertainment. It was no TV or.
We would listen to the radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
my mom and I would have these mystery ones. We'd sit there and listen to them. I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers or something like that. You know? Yeah, so that was neat. Yeah. So as I got older and I got in school, I don't know. I just we went to the shore every year. It seemed like we could afford the 1 week down the shore. We'd go to Wildwood, and then we went to Ocean City, and then we went to Long Beach Island.
So when you were 12, did Papa already have a car?
Yeah, he had
He
a
did?
car. And we'd go to the shore, no, like air conditioned, and he'd always had to stop because I had to throw up. I'd always get car sick all the time.
Really?
And it wasn't that I ate anything either. It was just
This motion
that
sickness.
motion.
Yeah, well, how about that?
Yeah, that was. I'll never forget that. He would say, "Oh," start hollering about having to stop side the road so I could throw up.
So what shore did you go to?
Well, I went to Wildwood a long time, and then he liked to fish, so we went to Long Beach Island, up in you know where that is.
Better fit. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was. We loved it because the ocean, the beach was really nice there, and you remember?
Long Beach.
Yeah, and then we went 1 year. We went to Ocean City. We rented a place for a whole month.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Well, I had you guys then.
Oh, okay.
So I was
So you were already
already
married.
married,
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That was after Dad lost his job.
yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
remember
lost
that.
a job,
yeah.
but I had already made reservations and
Yeah.
paid for it. So
I think Dennis showed up, didn't he?
Yep. Danny
Yeah.
showed up, and I was at Jack McKinney's basketball camp. I was 16.
That's right. You
I
were
know,
16.
it was a while
16,
back.
so
Yeah.
I remember.
that.
So yeah, it was.
Because I still got to go to the camp for a week, and you guys still had the shore for a month.
Yeah.
And I came down. I never forget. Denny one time came home, and it was like, John, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We were all sound asleep. We were sleeping all over the couches and everything, and it poured. And Denny came running around the corner, and I remember looking. I'm like, "Who the heck is that?" And he came running up, and he took off all his clothes, and he threw them out on the porch, and he walked in the house naked because he was soaking wet. Mom, it was 3 in the morning. He went down to take a walk on the beach in the boardwalk, and a thunderstorm came, and he got soaked.
I think I remember that when
Remember
they were,
that?
Yeah, and
Because we all slept on the couch, and we were
I
all in the
remember
living
something
room.
stretched out.
We slept all over the place.
I remember when were we on the bottom floor when we
Yeah.
had that, and then the guy up above us asked Dad, "What do you do?" And he said, "I'm unemployed." And the guy looked at us.
The guy had 2 kids, and the one girl liked him. She used to rub his head, and he'd go.
Oh my God, you remember more
Yeah.
than me.
I think that guy stopped talking to us after Dad told him he was
He was
unemployed.
unemployed. He didn't come around. No, you guys got friendly with him, Mom.
I
You
only
and Dad
remember-
did.
I only remember that I got up in the morning and put my bathing suit on, had that on all day, and at nighttime I just put my nightgown on because we were at the beach all day. Come home, made dinner, got you guys all ready for bed, or if you're who's going out, and then I put my nightgown on and I go to bed.
You go to
So
bed.
I wore my bathing suit and my nightgown.
Well, one time you and Dad went out with them
yeah, we
upstairs.
probably did. Yeah.
Well, they were nice. They were very friendly.
Yeah, they were
I don't
friendly.
remember even what they looked like. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they, neither do I. I forget what the girl and the guy looked. They only had 2 kids.
yeah, so that's all right. Turn it off now.
So wait! I wanna ask you one more question because we're at that point kind of where when you were younger. So tell everyone what did Carl do for a living?
Oh, he was a brewmaster at the Camden Brewery.
Well,
And when he lived in New Jersey, that as far as I know.
So when he came over from, as far as you know, when he came from Germany, that was his profession, was
He was
brewmaster.
in the beer business, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Do you know what brand it was, Mom?
Yeah. Camden Beer, that's all I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.